Hello everyone, this is Jay Watson. I'm going to do a tutorial on images. Now I know we've already worked with images a little bit. We've inserted one into our web page, and so you already know that, but I'm going to cover a lot more information in this tutorial. I have a skeleton HTML document with just the basic HTML tags. We have our doc type declaration letting the browsers know, hey, we're using HTML5, opening and closing HTML tags, our head element with our title, and then of course our body tags. Everything that shows up in the web page goes here. So let's get started. Have Bing open, and let's go ahead and search for Batman, and we'll click Bing Images, and let's hover over here. That's bigger than what I want, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this. Well. Trying to set this one here. Let's grab this one, and we're going to go ahead and save this image. I'm actually used to working with Google Images. I just did this to troll. So let's save Batman on the desktop, and when we download Batman, we can see that it is Batman and it is of a JPEG image type. Now there are three types of images you can use on the web. GIFs, that's how the creator pronounces it, don't argue. Ping images, .png, and JPEGs. Now for full colored images, you will be using either JPEGs or PNGs because GIFs it doesn't support enough colors. Now most of the time when something is animated, it will be a GIF, although PNGs can support animation. And if anything needs to be like an irregular shape and needs to have transparency in it, then it will either be a PNG or a GIF. So if you have a photograph that will have some type of irregular shape, so say for example you have a star shape and then you have the photo in the center, or I guess filling out the inside of the star, and then outside of that is transparent, that would need to be a PNG because you need a lot of colors to show the photograph, and then yet you need a format that supports transparency. So remember, those are the three web formats, and so just be aware of that. So let's insert this image into our web page. Let's go back to our editor here, and hopefully you remember the code for doing that. And of course that is img. This is the image element, source attribute, and of course I saved it just on the desktop. Now that brings up something else I would like to go over, and that is if you actually create a real website and you're going to have multiple pages and obviously multiple images and such, then it is necessary to have a folder to contain all those images. So just realize that. And if I did, say for example this was all in, my website was all in one folder, which it's all on the desktop, so it is, and then I would have another folder that contained my images, and I would just be able to get to it from my relative location, and I would just do images/Batman. But for now it's all in the same folder. Just want to make it aware. And of course you always need to have alternate text for those individuals with text-only browsers, and we definitely want to make sure that we have that taken care of, or if the image can't show or isn't showing up for some reason. And search engines will penalize you if you don't do this. So this is Batman, and close /wicket. Save this, and let's refresh. Or no, I haven't actually opened it up, so I need to just double click on it. Where, oh yeah, images.html. Wow. Okay, and so that is Batman. Okay, we have Batman, and a couple image attributes, a couple things you need to be aware of is that you can specify the width and the height. Okay, that's the first thing. You can change the image's size. Now I want to caution against this, because what you don't want to do, and you're telling us how to do it, but you're telling us not to. Most of the time you don't want to use this. Most of the time you want to optimize your images. You want to design them using some type of graphics program such as Photoshop. That's the bomb. and you can optimize it for the web. You can save for web and devices with Photoshop, and so you want to save it at the size that it will be viewed at. Sometimes though, you can use this to shrink an image a little bit. Now you can specify the width, and then the height will just automatically. So I can't remember plus what size it was, but let's go ahead and just make it 100. And I'm going to save this, and then you'll see what happens. Look how tiny Batman is now. The thing about it, and the reason you don't want to do this, so say for example you had a massive image, 5,000 pixels by 5,000 pixels, and it's larger than your screen, and you could theoretically, well not theoretically, I mean you could make it 100 pixels. The thing about it is your individuals who view your website, their browsers, they're actually downloading those images to their computer. And you see this on websites sometimes where they've taken really large images and they've used HTML width attribute, the image width attribute, and made them smaller. And yeah, they're going to have really slow page load times, plus the images won't look right. So let's back this off a little bit and let's make it like 450. Save that, and that'll make it okay. And you can still see. And what's cool is that when you set the width here, that the height stays in proportion. The proportions are constrained. So just set the width, and that's all you need to worry about. Okay. A couple other things I want to mention is that you can specify a title, and this is like a pretty cool thing. When you hover over it, you'll actually be able to see it on some browsers. You'll be able to see the images, or you'll be able to see what's listed here. And it's called a tooltip. So you can give it some kind of title, like Batman is the coolest superhero ever. And so we'll save this. And there we go. Batman is the coolest superhero ever. So you can see how that works. Yeah, kind of cool feature. Another thing that I want to bring attention to is the new HTML5 caption. So we can use these figure tags. Okay, so I'm going to actually do an opening figure tag. I'm going to tab out my code. And then below my image, I'm going to close my figure tag. And I have subline. Tab it out, make it look pretty. And I'll go ahead and tab my image. And now I have my image here just below the opening figure tag, and then I'm going to put a break tag. I'm going to break this, and we can actually use HTML5 to specify a caption. And so we're going to say fig caption, and then whatever we want to say beneath the image. So we can say Batman would really not probably win in a fight against Superman, but people like him anyway. And I'm going off the screen here, so there we go. And so let's go ahead and close out our fig caption, and I have it on word wrap. I'll just enter that here. There we go. And let's save this, and right below our text here we have a fig caption. Now it doesn't look impressive right now, but I can tell you that if you actually, when you format this with CSS and you put a border around it, like we'll do later on, that this is actually a pretty cool feature. And you see this on a lot of websites. And so for now, I just want you to know that this is available and that this is something that you will likely use. And a pretty cool thing about HTML5. And I think that is all I want to go over in this tutorial. Again, be aware of the 3 web-friendly formats. Know which ones support transparency. Know which ones support a lot of colors. And recognize that you need to optimize your images. So if you can't afford Photoshop, and I like Photoshop, and I'm still using Photoshop CS5, you can download GIMP for free, the GIMP, and it's a cool program, and a lot of people really like it. Some people even prefer it to Photoshop. I don't. but I haven't really used it as much because I have Photoshop. But it's a great free program that has a lot of functionality. There are also some web tools that will help you format your images, but in web design, learning how to use images appropriately is, I don't know, everything. It may not be, I mean, I guess if you're a developer, but if you're actually building a website from start to finish, you have to know how to use images. And so that's it, folks. You take care.